Hi, Mike Soelberg, Chief of Police for Gilbert Police Department. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this short tribute to our fallen police officers. Unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 outbreak, we are unable to meet like we normally would in front of our police station at our memorial to recognize our police officers. Although we are unable to be together, we want to take this opportunity to express our love and admiration for our police officers who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. Every day, our police officers put their lives on the line to protect our community. It is a privilege to serve our community here in Gilbert. We have always had the support of our community, and through this current health pandemic, we have continued to see that support of our community. And for that, we want to say thank you for everything you have done for us. Being a police officer is an extremely dangerous profession, but it's also an extremely rewarding profession. In 2019, 146 police officers died in the line of duty in the United States. Of those, 4 included here in Arizona. And their names will be added to the National Memorial in Washington, D.C. later this year. When we accept the responsibilities of being a police officer, we also accept the risks of being a police officer. I want to recognize 2 of Gilbert Police Department's finest who gave their lives in order to protect the citizens of our community. Officer Rob Targosz, end of watch, April 30th, 2006. Rob joined the police department in 1994 and quickly established himself as a tireless worker in pursuit of justice. He took great pride in being a police officer and expected only the best from himself and those who chose this profession. Officer Targosz was the Uniformed Officer of the Year in 2003 and was a proud member of the SWAT team, holding a position on the entry team and serving as the expert for gas deployment. He was subject matter expert in the areas of defensive tactics and drug recognition. Officer Targosz joined the motor unit and quickly became a standout expert in the field of DUI enforcement. On the evening of April 29, 2006, while riding his Gilbert Police Department motorcycle on his way to a traffic detail, he was struck by a 20-year-old drunk driver who ran a red light on Price Road and Apache Boulevard in Tempe. The impaired driver initially fled but was later apprehended. Tragically, after a 6-hour struggle, Rob died on April 30th as a result of his injuries sustained in the collision. At the time of his death, Rob was survived by his wife, Bridget, his parents, his 2 sisters, and a brother. Rob will forever be remembered. Lieutenant Eric Shuhandler, end of watch, January 28, 2010. Lieutenant Eric Shuhandler started his career at the Gilbert Police Department in 1994 after working 2 years at the Maricopa County Sheriff's Department. He worked in patrol investigations and at the Arizona Law Enforcement Training Academy as a recruit training officer. He was later promoted to the ranks of sergeant and lieutenant. He attended the Northwestern School of Police Command and received numerous awards and commendations throughout his career. On January 28, 2010, Lieutenant Shuhandler was shot and killed during a traffic stop near Val Vista and Baseline. After a lengthy pursuit, the suspects were both arrested after being wounded in an exchange of gunfire with officers from multiple agencies. At the time of his death, Eric was survived by his daughters Meredith and Nicole, his parents Marty and Dara, and his sister Joyce. Eric will be missed, but he will never be forgotten.
Father God, we've chosen to remember the members of our department who have made the ultimate sacrifice. On behalf of the family, colleagues, and friends of Lieutenant Eric Shuhandler, Detective Deb Harden, Officer Rob Targosz, and Kathy Sanks, we honor each of you for your gift to us all. For our present officers and staff, our prayer is that you discern each situation that you face and respond correctly. May the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord look with favor on you and give you peace. Amen.
Hi, I'm Jenn Daniels, Mayor of Gilbert, and I want to share with you just some thoughts on Police Memorial Day, and especially those for Lieutenant Shuhandler and Officer Targosz and their families. Dr. Andrew Tang once said, "Communities are built on the shoulders of those who sacrifice." Never was there a truer statement about our Gilbert Police Department. It can be easy for us to get complacent in our beautiful and protected community. Many of us are feeling a little more vulnerable, maybe today, than we were just a few months ago. We're witnessing suffering and we're feeling anxious, and sometimes we're just running on adrenaline. And I can't help but think for just a moment of what our police officers might be exposed to in a normal shift. They might pull over and arrest a drunken driver who has endangered other motorists. They could be dispatched to someone's home to serve an arrest warrant, taking the risk that the person might try to flee or forcibly resist. It's a reality today that our men and women in blue may be summoned to the scene of a narcotics overdose and have to administer Narcan to revive the unconscious patient and restore breathing. They're giving humans another chance at life. Our officers may be called upon to comfort a victim, a child who has been abused, or a victim of sexual assault. They might be dispatched to a family's home to deliver the tragic news that their loved one has been involved in a serious car accident. When they leave their home to come to work, they leave families who also sacrifice. The long shifts during early mornings and late nights in all kinds of mostly hot weather. The missed family dinners and kids' ball games and sometimes birthdays, other special occasions, and the constant stress and exposure to witnessing some of the worst behaviors of humanity. Crime does not discriminate between time of day, days of week, or holidays, or any other crisis, including the one that we're currently experiencing. But thankfully, neither does our Gilbert Police Department. And for those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice, Lieutenant Shuhandler and Officer Targosz, a whole new commitment, a whole new level of service and sacrifice. And to them, we have a great deal of gratitude. We can all be proud of the way that our Gilbert Police and all of the support team that they have represent that thin blue line as they stand solidly between good and evil, dividing the order from the chaos, sacrificing to protect and serve, and ultimately building a better community. And to each of you today and every day, we say thank you.
While we remember the sacrifices that Officer Targosz and Lieutenant Shuhandler made, it is also a time to celebrate the lives that they lived. Through their service to our community, countless lives were saved by both of them, whether it was arresting a drunk or making arrests of an aggravated assault. Their positive impact on our community and our Gilbert Police Department family will not be forgotten. I want to reassure our officers and their families that their daily sacrifices will not be forgotten by us or the community, who are true warriors and guardians of the community. I'm proud to be your Gilbert Chief, and it's been a privilege to serve the Gilbert community.